Shalom, 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 everyone. Coming back with another lesson prophesying the downfall of Babylon, aka America, home where all the gross abomination occur. This is part 2 of the lesson that I started on earlier. And the title of this lesson is The End of an Age, the End of the Wicked Rulership of the wicked, which is Esau Edom. All right. Okay. So this present world order approaches its divinely appointed conclusion through judgment today. It said the world governments display increasing instability, confusion, corruption, violence, and widespread moral decay. Powerful elites manipulate nations through finance, moral decay. The powerful elites manipulate nations through finance, warfare, deception, economic dependence, and continually, ordinary people experience oppression while hidden rulers accumulate unprecedented wealth and influence globally. Political leaders function beneath greater systems directing international policies behind public appearances. Okay, it says scripture reveal earthly kingdom rise temporarily before divinely intervention establishes everlasting righteousness. All right, it said human governments repeatedly reject justice while embracing greed, pride, violence, and unrighteousness openly. The Creator alone determines kingdoms, removes rulers, and establishes righteous authority. All right, it said forever outward. Current worldwide events reveal prophetic patterns unfolding before attentive observers across every nation. Understanding these developments requires spiritual discernment. It's a spiritual discernment rather than dependence upon mainstream narratives alone. Okay, hidden power behind world affairs. All right, it says visible governments often conceal deeper structures directing worldwide political and economic decisions daily. Financial institutions decide. Decides. I gotta give me maybe a marker real quick because I'm. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me here. Use this here. It said, let's start over. It said, visible governments often conceal deeper structure directing worldwide political and economic decisions daily. Financial institutions exercise tremendous influence beyond elect officials and changing administrations worldwide today. Wars frequently enrich powerful interests while devastating innocent populations throughout numerous affected nations. It said media organizations shape public perception through selective reporting, emphasis, omissions, and repeated messaging. Societies it says repeated messaging. Many citizens unknowingly accept narratives without carefully examining historical records and documented evidence. It says scripture consistently warns against trusting human strength above divine wisdom and everlasting truth. Empires throughout history eventually collapse despite appearances. Appearances of overwhelming military and financial superiority. Pride blinds rulers into believing their authority cannot ever be challenged or removed. The prophetic record declares, every oppressive kingdom eventually, all right, it said, come on now, shit. So the prophetic record declared every oppressive kingdom eventually faces righteous judgment from heaven heaven above. It said history demonstrates that injustice never continues forever. It says here, history demonstrates that injustice never continues forever without eventually meeting divine accountability openly. Okay, it said nations and conflicts. Okay, it said international tensions continue increasing across multiple regions through alliances, rivalries, and strategic competition. Military confrontation reshape global relationships while creating uncertainty among populations seeking lasting peace. Economic sanctions. Let's see here. It says here, hold on, y'all, bear with me here for a second. This real quick. All right. Pause this for a second. Go get my. All right, I'm back, y'all. Let's go. Okay, here. Okay, I was in we stopped at paragraph 2. Let's go back to paragraph 3. Okay, here. Matter of fact, let's start at 2. It said the hidden power behind the world affairs. Okay, the visible. Come on, man. It says here, the visible governments often conceal deeper structures directing worldwide political and economic decisions daily. Financial institutions exercise tremendous influence beyond elected officials and changing administration worldwide today. Wars frequently enrich powerful interests while devastating innocent populations throughout numerous affected nations. Media organizations shape public perception through selective reporting, emphasizes omission and repeated messaging. All right, many citizens unknowingly accept narratives without carefully examining historical records and documented evidence. Scriptures consistently warns against trusting human strength above divine wisdom and everlasting truth. Okay, empire throughout history eventually collapsed despite appearances of overwhelming military and financial superiority. It said pride blinds rulers into believing their authority cannot ever be challenged or removed. Okay, it said prophetic record declares every oppressive kingdom eventually faces faces righteous judgment from heaven above. History demonstrates that injustice never continues forever without eventually meeting divine accountability completely. Nations in conflict. It's an international tension increases across multiple regions throughout throughout alliances, rivalries, and strategic competition. Military confrontation reshaped global relationships while creating uncertainty among populations seeking lasting peace. Economic sanction, technological competition, and diplomatic conflict intensified worldwide. Instability each passing year. All right, regional wars increasingly involve broader international interests extending beyond local territorial disputes today. It said many governments pursue dominance rather than mutual cooperation, benefiting humanity through peaceful relationships together. Prophecy anticipates growing turmoil before ultimate divine intervention. It says here, transform earthly governance and hold on here. Come on now. Six. 1966. Okay, let me see where we stopped at. We said here, it says here, many governments pursue dominance rather than mutual cooperation benefiting humanity through peaceful relationships together. Prophecy anticipates growing turmoil before ultimate divine intervention transform earthly governance forever, completely. People suffer greatly whenever ambitious rulers pursue expansion above justice and compassion towards neighbors. It said the burden of warfare falls primarily upon ordinary families rather than powerful decision makers. All right, it's especially understanding provides essential perspective beyond temporary political victories or national disappointments. It said experience. It's a disappointment experience. It said the unfolding prophetic timetable advances regardless of changing human plans or international expectation continue. Okay, we're going to get this last chapter right here for this lesson here. It said that the rise of multipolar change. It said many nations increasingly seek independence from long-standing systems dominating international financial structures today. Alternative partnership emerged challenging previous assumptions concerning global political and economic leadership and worldwide. It said developing nations pursue greater sovereignty through expanded regional cooperation and diversified international relationship together. Changes within Congress reflect broader transformation occurring throughout a worldwide geopolitical powers arrangement presently. Some interpret these developments as significant shifts within the existing international order unfolding today. It said prophetic students compare contemporary events carefully against scriptural patterns without assuming complete certainty prematurely. It said human institutions remain temporarily despite appearances suggesting permanence through wealth, influence, and or military strength. Lasting justice cannot originate solely from imperfect government, regardless of changing political alliances formed. True peace ultimately depends upon righteous governance established through divine authority rather than human ambitions. Currently, transitions encourage careful observation. Okay, it says, while remaining grounded within scriptural wisdom and discernment always. All right, it says here, it's gonna get this one right here. It said the need for spiritual discernment. It said knowledge without discernment easily become vulnerable to deception, confusion, and pride and dangerous conclusions together. Believers should examine every claim carefully through scripture, wisdom, historical evidence, and thoughtful reflection. Prophetic understanding requires humility alongside patience when interpreting complex international developments occurring today worldwide. It said fear should never replace faithful confidence in the Creator's sovereign purpose for humanity together. It said the faithful remain watchful while avoiding unnecessary panic over rapidly changing world. Circumstances unfolding presently. It said hope grows It said hope grows stronger through understanding divine promises concerning future righteous government and lasting peace. Earthly uncertainty reminds believers to pursue wisdom rather than confidence within temporary human institutions alone. Prayer study, compassion, and integrity issue individual facing challenging prophetic time with this steadfast endurance daily. All right, it said every generation encounters significant trial requiring courage, wisdom, and perseverance, and unwavering commitment towards righteousness continually. The approaching, it said the approaching end encourages preparation through faithfulness and discernment and justice, mercy, and enduring hope always. Okay, so with that being said, let's go into some scriptures. We're gonna start here in Daniel. Man, I'm sleepy. I'm getting sleepy. Trying to hold on, trying to do this lesson. Let's start here in let's start here in Daniel chapter 2 verses that ain't what I wanted. Let's start here Daniel chapter 2 verses 27 and 28. We started out right there. So the sovereignty of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua over dreams and kingdoms, Daniel Revelations. So Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is the source of wisdom and not man alone. What is hidden in darkness is revealed by him. It said kings may rule, but heaven governs all kingdoms. So dreams and visions are tools Yahweh Hashem Yahushua uses to communicate truth. It said no secret is beyond the reach of the Most High. Daniel chapter 2 verses 27 and 28 said, Daniel answered in the presence of the king and said, the secret which the king have demanded cannot the wise man, the astrologer, or you go back and read it. It said Daniel answered in the presence of the king and said, the secret which the king have demanded cannot the wise men, the astrologers, the magicians, and the soothsayers show unto the king. But there is a God in heaven that revealeth secrets and maketh known to the king Nebuchadnezzar what shall be in the latter days. All right. It said the dream. It said thy dream and the vision of thy head upon the bed are these. So Daniel immediately directs, y'all gotta excuse me, I'm getting sleepy. It said Daniel immediately redirects glory away from men. He establishes that human wisdom has limits. All right, the revelation comes directly from the God of heaven. This shows divine authority over future events. So Yahweh shall reveal what nation and ruler cannot discover alone. So that good wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 8, it said, if a man love righteousness, her labor are virtues, for she teacheth temperance and prudence, justice and fortitude, which are such things as men can have nothing more profitable in their life. So true wisdom is connected to righteousness, and Yahweh Shah alone, instructions, understanding comes through alignment with divine truth. The same God who reveals secrets also teaches wisdom. Righteous living opens the mind to spiritual insight. It said, in every age, Yahweh shall remain the one who governs knowledge and destiny. Okay, let's I know what I'm gonna do. Let's do this here. Let me see here. Take a coffee break, y'all. I'm asleep under the wheel. Okay, here. See here. So yeah, the Lord governs everything, man. So right now the Lord is moving in the earth right now, you know. And let me see here. Let's watch some of this video, part 2 of this video that Elder Yashua was doing. I'm gonna let him get it in, and then I'm gonna come with some precepts. Allow myself enough time to wake up. Let me see here.
all supposedly fed up with it and fighting back. They're tired of feeling bad about so crap. All right, getting shot and crashing out, mad about, this and that and marching again. And Esau's supposedly fed up with it and fighting back. They're tired of feeling bad about it. So it's getting ready to be class wars. It's not just going to be one big race war. Class wars, race wars, sex wars. Okay? All manner of shit. They're going to allow, start letting people out of jail. They microchip them. Put them back in the streets. Getting ready to be a very, even worse environment on the earth. You see, but while this devil, because what I did, I typed in here, did many residents of Rome ultimately grow tired of Nero? Which this is Nero. All right. It says, yes, many residents of Rome grew tired of Nero, though the general population's opinions were mixed much for the time of his reign. The lower class frequently supported him in his early years, but public sentiment soured due to economic hardship, extravagant, and political chaos. Okay? So there you go. All right? And then what did he do? As things got bad for him, it was a great fire that he blamed on the followers of Yahushua. Okay? He had all kind of scandals. Okay? By 68 AD, disgust with his rule was widespread. After widespread revolts began in the northern territories, the Senate declared him a public enemy. Even his own imperial guards deserted him, leaving Nero to flee Rome and commit suicide, which briefly plunged the empire into a civil war known as the Year of Four Emperors. Okay? And he's back today. We believe this is him. Which, the Apostle Paul was put in jail by Trump. See? By Nero.
Sure.
Anyway, let's play this.
Americans are losing interest in everything.
You know what? I forgot. Hey, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me do this. I forgot to do the copyright thing. Hope they don't give me no strike. Let me do this real quick. I forgot all about that. Good thing the Lord caught me. Show you I'm tired, boy. We be staying up, man. Overdrive. Fair use under the copyright statute of 1976 codified the fair use doctrine into U.S. law, statutory law. It says 17 U.S. Code 107, Section 107. It permits the unlicensed use of copyright materials for purposes such as criticism, which I'm going to be doing news reporting, which I'm going to be doing teaching, which I'm going to be doing in research, which I'm going to be doing. So fair use. So of course determine if the use is fair on a case-by-case basis by evaluating the four factors. 1, the purpose and character of the use, nature of the copyrighted work, amount of substantiality used, and effects on the market. So, like I said, I'm not monetized. It's strictly for educational purposes, as I just mentioned above. So, fair use. Okay, now we go back and watch the video. There we go.
Their jobs, their hobbies, their friendships, even their future. And most of them have no idea it's happening to them. You felt it. That heavy, flat feeling where nothing excites you anymore. But
languishing. The haughty people of the world do languish. And we suffer with it sometimes as well. All right, but the beauty of us, we have a hope. We have another hope to tap into outside of this place going, forwarding in this world. But it's hard to, keep happy. There's spirits that jump on you longing for, the 80s and the 90s. But the scriptures tell you not to do that because ultimately you don't understand what the Lord is doing. Because things are supposed to get worse before they get better, but Americans are losing interest in everything. Okay?
But you're not depressed. You still function. You still show up. You just don't really care. There's a name for that. Psychologists didn't have it until 2021, because this many people had never felt it at the same time before. But here's what nobody is telling you. That feeling wasn't an accident. It was...
And it's languishing. Around the time of Ovid, people, saw a shift in the world and they started to languish. Okay, let's ask here. Did languishing as a mental crisis start after COVID? Yes, it did, because I remember doing various videos on it. The term was coined by sociologist Corey Keyes almost 2 decades before the pandemic. However, the COVID-19 significantly amplified, all right? Okay, let's just say amplify then, not start. Yes, the mental state known as languishing amplified drastically as a crisis during the COVID-19 pandemic. While not diagnosed a mental illness, experts describe it as the neglected middle child of mental health. All right, a void characterized by stagnation, emptiness, and loss of motivation or focus. And what did we just read in prophecy? All right, I am going to frustrate the plans of the Egyptians. They ain't gonna be made great again and destroy their morale. They will ask their idols to help them and will go and consult mediums and ask the spirits of the dead for advice. And they're doing that through AI. Okay. Conjuring up, different, advice from different people who are dead. They got, technology where you can talk to your dead grandma, right? And I will hand the Egyptians over to a tyrant. A cruel king will rule them. I, Yahweh, have spoken, and that's going to plunder this place into plagues and economic downfall. Okay? And what does the scripture say? Let's get Isaiah 24. Then we'll get into some plagues. Then we'll get out of here. The Lord willing, we'll be at camp tonight. I was supposed to do this video last night, but my body shut down. I just had to get some rest. All right. Isaiah 24 and 4, the earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, and broken the everlasting covenant. The earth suffers for the sins of his people, for they have twisted God's instructions and broken his everlasting covenant.
Could you?
So, like I said in part 1 of the lesson, that the Lord is bringing this evil, and right now the Lord is revealing his secret through his servant, the prophets, starting with the elder apostles and the bishops and the like-minded men on down with myself. So when you go into, which I was in, 2nd Ezra, hold on here. Okay, reveal secrets. Let's get that real quick. Secrets. Hold on here. See this real quick here. Google don't want to work on this one. It's Amos. Reveal up secrets to the servant, the prophets. Reveal up secrets unto his servants, the prophets. Servants. Amos 3 and 7, okay. So Amos chapter 3 verses 7, it says, surely Yahweh Bashem Yahushua will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants the prophets. Okay, so the Lord is revealing his secrets to his servant the prophet, and we in turn relay them to the people. Let's go here to Daniel chapter, hold on here. Damn. Let's get Daniel chapter 7 verse 1. It said, in the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and a vision of his head upon his bed, and his bed. Then he wrote the dream and told the sum of the matter. So Daniel chapter 7 begins a new section focused on the prophetic visions. Okay, the Most High revealed future kingdoms, before they appear in history. The vision comes while Daniel is resting, showing that revelations belong to God, to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. It said Daniel faithfully records what he sees, so future generation may understand. So this chapter prepares the readers for the judgment of the nations and the establishment of the of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua everlasting kingdom. All right, it said, in the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, this places the prophecy around 555 BC, before the fall of Babylon, described later in Daniel 5. Although Daniel 7 appeared after chapter 6 in the book. I said it is earlier chronologically. The vision is given while Babylon is still the ruling empire. Let's get Daniel chapter 20. Let's get Jeremiah chapter 27 verse 7. So all nations shall serve him, and his son and his son's sons, until the very time of his land come. And then many nations and great kings shall serve themselves of him. Okay, it gets Second Ezra chapter 6 verses 9. It said, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows." So Daniel was given this dream about Second Esdras. So it said the Most High controlled the timelines of history, and no kingdom rises without his permission. No empire escapes his judgment. And prophecy confirmed that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai declared the end from the beginning. And history unfolds exactly as he spoken, as he spoke of. See here. I'm waking up now. Shit. Let me see here. Coffee doing me some good. Try to see here. So yeah, the Lord showed his secrets to his servants, the prophet. Here's see a little more of this here. And then I'm going to go and come on with the scripture.
That stops caring is the easiest population in the world to control. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how it was done. Part 1, the numbers nobody put in the same room. Let's start with the scale. These numbers get reported one at a time. Nobody lines them up together. So let me do that now. Half of the American workforce has quietly quit their jobs. Not formally, no letter, no resignation. They just stopped trying, stopped investing, stopped caring, while remaining seated at their desks. 54% of American adults feel isolated from the people around them. 90% say the country is in a mental health crisis. Consumer sentiment recently hit a 46-year low, and 264,000 Americans are dying every year from what researchers now call deaths of despair. Not from disease, from the collapse of a reason to keep going. 264,000 people every year from the absence of meaning. These are not rounding errors. This is the dominant condition of American life in 2026.
And see, this is all at the helm of this technocracy, showing you that technocracy, technology, AI, science is really making things worse on human beings because we were not made to live on Earth like this.
And it has a name that most people have never heard, even though most people are living inside it. Part 2, the name. The word is languishing. It entered the main...
See, I didn't even finish. I didn't even go. I only got, this was sent to me the other day. I was like, I'll use it, but I only got like probably a few seconds into this, and I was like, I'm just going to use it. But there you go. Prophecy is being fulfilled.
Stream in April 2021, when organizations people have never heard, even though most people are living inside it. Part 2, the name. The word is languishing. It entered the mainstream in April 2021, when organizational psychologist Adam Grant published a piece in the New York Times. It became the most read article the paper ran that entire year. Not because it was dramatic, because it was exact. Grant called languishing the neglected middle child of mental health. It's not depression. Depression is the clinical inability to function. It's not burnout. Burnout is the inability to keep up with what your life is demanding. It's not anxiety. Anxiety is the brain running threat scenarios on a loop it can't turn off. Languishing is something different. It's the absence of well-being, the slow erosion of purpose, the quiet disconnection from your own life. Think about the last Saturday you woke up with nothing you had to do, no deadline, nowhere to be, and someone asked what you wanted to do, and the honest answer, the one you maybe kept to yourself, was, I don't know, and I don't care. And what was strange was that those two things felt exactly the same. That's not a bad mood. That's not just being tired. That is a clinical state that half the country is currently living in, and calling by every wrong name. Part 3. The part nobody expected. Grant described languishing as the dominant emotion of the pandemic, a temporary response to lockdowns and collective uncertainty, a phase we'd moved through. And then
Perplexity.
the pandemic ended. The languishing didn't. It deepened. It spread. It stopped being a reaction to a crisis and became the new baseline. And the data that followed confirmed what millions of people were feeling but couldn't put into words. The American Psychological Association's 2025 Stress in America survey. 54% of adults feel isolated. 50% feel left out.
And this is what happens in the world, you know, where again, your true purpose as a human being, everybody has a spirit, and the Lord put you on the earth, you know, with a particular gift, and you're not able to tap into that. You're trying to find purpose, you know, and then you're looking at all of this failure around you, the food's messed up, that will eventually take a toll on people. And this is why we have to tap into the promise given, all right, and be, you know, happy, you know, with what prophecy said and what's happening in the earth, according to biblical prophecy, all right, because we'll tap into some of these plagues, because this is our joy, right? This is our joy, watching these prophecies come to pass, which most people are going to say we're crazy. And this is why we can't allow incredulity and unbelief to you know, make us feel bad about how we feel and what we're teaching. All right? This is the book of 2nd Esdras, the 16th chapter, and the 16th verse. It says, disasters are on their way towards the earth, and like an arrow shot by a strong archer, they cannot be turned back. Nothing we can do. I am doomed. I'm doomed. Who will rescue me in those days? Esdras is asking that, showing you he's here most likely.
Yeah, I just said that.
Many people will groan, famine will come, many will die, wars will come, and the powers will tremble. The world powers will tremble. Because although they think they're in control, you know, in the back of their head, they know and hear what we're saying. Disasters will come and everyone will be terrified. What will people do when these disasters come? Famine, epidemics, troubles, and suffering are sent to punish and correct people. But in spite of all of this, they will not turn from their sins. They soon forget their punishment. See?
Okay, let's get some scriptures. Let's go here. So right now we at the end of an age, and the Lord is bringing these plagues on the earth, and at the same time He's rebuilding this devil. Okay, let me see where we're gonna start at. Let's get Job chapter. Hold on here. Let's get the book of Job. Come on now. Shit. Come on now. Fucking A. Job chapter chapter 20. Job 20. Job 20. I'm gonna start at 20 verse 20. It said, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not say of what which he desired. So the Lord is this devil ain't gonna be able, he gonna cough everything up that he done stole and took from people, man. So Job chapter 20, verse 20, it said, they were also greedy and never satisfied. This devil is never satisfied. Nothing remained of all the things they dreamed about. Verse 21, it said, they shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods. So nothing is left after they finish gorging themselves, therefore their prosperity will not endure. See, so all this devil talking about this new world order agenda, ain't none of that shit gonna work, man. And then all that he done took, the Lord gonna make him cough it up. So that new world order plan is not gonna succeed. It's only gonna, the Lord gonna allow it to go only so far. It said, verse 22, it said, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. See, so the Lord gonna, everybody, all the wicked people gonna come upon this nigga, man. All right, it said, in the midst of plenty, they will run into trouble. See? And be overcome by misery. See, these niggas, they already buying up bunkers and getting ready to hide down, because right now this devil he gonna create a like he did 9/11, like the COVID-19. They gonna create a distraction where a lot of people gonna die, and it's gonna be total chaos especially here in Babylon. And people they gonna start hide. They gonna hide in them bunkers. He's at least gonna try to hide in them bunkers. They get 22 and 23 again. It said, in the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits, and every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Verse 23, when he is about to fill his belly, see, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. See, hey, this is what's going to happen. So it said, may Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh shall give them a belly full of trouble. May Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh shall rain down his anger upon them. And that's what's going to happen, man. Them ICBMs are going to rain, baby. Going to rain upon the wicked. So when he is about to fill his belly, the wicked believe they have reached prosperity, security, or satisfaction. So Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh shall gonna cast the fury of his wrath upon him. All right, judgment comes suddenly from the Lord. So and he said, and shall rain it upon him while he's eating. So destruction overtakes them in the midst of their abundance before they can fully enjoy what they have gained or stolen or taken. They get Psalms chapter 73, verse 18, 19. It says, surely thou did set them in slippery places, thou cast them down into destruction. How are they brought into desolation as in a moment? Hey, this is what's going to happen. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 3, it said, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them. See, and this is what's going to go down. 2 Ezra 16, verse 40, it said, O my people, hear my word, make you ready for thy battle, and in those evil, it said, and in those evil be even as pilgrims, even upon the earth. So Job chapter 20 verse 23, it said the theme of Job 20:23 is that the Most High can bring sudden judgment upon the wicked at a very moment that they may, it said, they think they have attained fullness, peace, and prosperity. See, this is what's been going to happen to them, man. And get Zechariah chapter 13, verses 8 and 9. It said, and it shall come to pass that in all the land saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. Verse 9, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. And they shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is my power. So verse 8, the prosperity, the prophecy speaks of a great judgment in which 2/3 are cut off, while the 1/3 is preserved. The third part represents a remnant that survived and is separated unto the Lord. This theme is a remnant. It is found throughout the scriptures. So verse 9. So the fire symbolizes trial, affliction, and purification. Just as silver and gold are refined, the Lord purges his people through adversity. So the remnant calls upon his name. See, that's why it's important to know the Lord's name. You call on fake white man Jesus, your ass gonna get burnt. You're gonna receive of that plague that the Lord got set up. It said the remnant called upon his name, see? And he acknowledged them as his people, see? Restoring the covenant relationship, you see? It started by knowing the Lord's name. I had a sister gonna tell me on the bus a couple of days ago that it don't matter. Where you learn that from? Where is that at in the scripture? I should have asked her, hey, where is that at in the scripture? Show me that in the scripture. See, that's some shit that they done picked up from people like ICI, you know, be talking about the name doesn't matter. Vocab Malone them. All these false prophets. So let's get Isaiah chapter 10 verses 20 through 22. Isaiah chapter 10. I'm going to start at 21. It said, the remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness. So 21 and 22 is saying the remnant will return. Yes, the remnant of Jacob will return. To the mighty power. Verse 22 it said, but though the people of Israel are as numerous as the sand of the seashores, only a remnant of them will return. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has rightly decided to destroy his people. See, so the Lord gonna kill off 2/3 of them, man. It's what's ready to go down, man. And get Malachi chapter 2, verses 3. I'm going to start at the top. It said, and now, yea, priests, this commandment is for you. It said, if ye will not hear, and if ye will not lay it to heart to give glory unto my name, see, saith Yahweh, or Yahweh Hashem Yahushua of hosts, I will even send a curse upon you, and I will curse your blessing. Yea, I have cursed them already, because they do not lay it to heart. See, and see, this cut through all that bullshit talking about it don't matter. You can call them yolk plate yogurt. So that sister got that from hearing that them brothers talk about it don't matter. Verse 3 said, behold, I will corrupt your seed and spread dung, talking about the shit. He gonna spread shit upon your faces, even dung on your solemn feast. And one shall take you away with it, see? Romans chapter 9, get that. How much time we in? Oh, shit. Matter of fact, we're going to get one more, and then we'll hear that Elder Yashua will get a few more in, then I'm going to bring out another couple, and then we're going to close with a prayer. I apologize for being all over the place, man. Let me see here. Let's get Romans chapter 9, verse 27. Straight to the point. Romans 9. Straight to the point. I'm sorry, 26. It said, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall it said, there shall they be called the children of the living power. Verse 27, go to the point right here. It said, Isaiah also cried concerning Israel, which consists of the Negro, Latino, Native American. Said, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. So the Lord only gonna save a remnant, man. Let's get First Peter chapter 1 Peter chapter 1. Hold on, y'all, bear with me here. There we go. 1 Peter chapter 1, verses 6 and 7. I'm gonna start at 5. It said, who are kept by the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua through faith unto salvation, ready to be revealed in the last time. See, we in the last time right now. Verse 6, it said, wherein yea greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through a manifold of temptation. See, we're going to be through that in temptation. It said, verse 7, that the trial of your faith, see that faith, being much more precious than of gold that perish, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahushua Mashiach. So 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verses 73 and 74 says, there shall be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Hear ye, my beloved, saith Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, behold, the days of trouble are at hand. So the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. It said, and having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua proved them and found them worthy for himself. As gold in the furnace have he tried them and received them as a burnt offering. See, we're going to be as a burnt offering. So Zechariah chapter 18 verses 8 and 9 revealed the Lord preserved and refined the remnant through judgment. So right now we're being judged and tried through the fire of adversity. It said though many perish, those whom he chose are purified through tribulation, called upon his name. See? So that's why we call upon the Lord's real name. All right? It said, call upon his name and are acknowledged by him as his people. And it said the imagery of silver and gold refined by fire points to a process of purification and the fulfilling faithfulness rather than destruction alone. So, I'm sorry that I'm all over the place, but I want to show y'all something real. Because I'm up now. I might well go and start this other lesson. Let me see here. Coffee got me wired up now. Hold on, I want to show y'all this real quick. Jesse Bennett Spiritual Awakening Channel. This video right here. If y'all ain't watched this video, watch this video right here. This breaks down the Lord's name in the ancient Paleo Hebrew. It's about an hour and a half long, hour and 48 minutes long. I advise y'all, who all truly sincere to watch this video. Y'all, all y'all people that's new into this walk, watch this video. Cause hey, you got to know that name, man. You gonna have to know them names. If y'all don't call, if you call them, talking about it doesn't matter. No. That's a false doctrine. You got to know the Lord's name. I just read the scriptures. That the name is a part of the Lord's doctrine, man. You got to call on his name in truth. You call on Jesus Christ, that's a false name. Esau gave y'all that name. Made this stuff up. So let's go back to Elder Yashawamba video. I don't know what led me here, but like I said, I was sleepwalking earlier. So let's go back to Elder. So this for all the geopolitical people. Ain't no excuse. They still think Jesus Christ is the Lord's real name, man. These people are crazy. So that proves right there that the Lord is not dealing with these people, man. Cause they still call on fake white man Jesus. Let me see where that. Where Elder Yashawama video at? What the hell? Damn, look at it. There you go. Shit.
Turn from their sins, they soon forget their punishment. See? A time is coming when food will be so cheap that people will think a time of peace and plenty has arrived.
Man, I'm all over the place on this one, man.
But then disasters will spring up everywhere, wars, famine, and great confusion. Many people on earth will starve to death, and those who escape starvation will be killed in war. Okay, and Babylon is at the head, the forefront. These sanctions they're putting on these countries, all right, they lead to famine, they lead to mass death. So the scriptures tell us that plagues are sent, and there's nothing we can do to turn them back. Nothing anyone can do. This is off of Jason A. All right, which Jason is a Greek word that means healer, right? Biblical events worldwide this week.
Look at that. Plague, man.
Biblical.
That evil the Lord say bring.
The skies turn biblical red following devastating earthquake. Woo!
Skies over Venezuela's capital Caracas turned deep red at sunset. The unusual scenes came as Venezuela has continued its rescue efforts following the twin earthquakes last week. Take a look at these images.
Following breaking news, right now in Oregon, just off the Oregon coast, there's been an earthquake. A magnitude 5.5 quake just hit 100 miles west of Coos Bay about 4:30 this morning.
Oh, you got a sizable earthquake off.
In Venezuela, which was conquered by, the Edomites, right? It was named that because it reminded, all right, it reminded me, I believe it was Amerigo Vespucci, your brother was just going into it, was Venezuela, named after Venice. Yes, Venezuela was named after the Italian city of Venice. All right, Spanish explorer. All right, accompanied by Amerigo Vespucci, which America was named after Amerigo. What does Amerigo mean? It says home ruler. All right, but the root. All right, because how do you say bitter? Amara or amaro, mara, right? Like the word myrrh, like frankincense and myrrh. Myrrh is a bit more bitter when you burn it. All right, and America has the name America is rooted in amargo. All right, amara, harsh, bitter. Okay. It also can be rebellious. And when you get prophecy, let's get Jeremiah, the 50th chapter. This is the book of Jeremiah 50 and 21. Go up against the land of Marathaim, even against it, even against the inhabitants of Pekod, and waste utterly. Now, this is a code name for Babylon the Great, and prophecy is Mara Thayim, which means double rebellion, another name for Babylon. What's the root word? Bara, like Mary, right? Bitterness of an harlot's end of wickedness. Woo! Jeremiah knew what he was talking about.
Sure.
He prophetically was warning us that America, all right, will be destroyed. It's bitter captivity.
That's the secret. That's the secret the Lord said He revealed.
The
That
Oregon coast this morning,
secret to
magnitude
the prophet.
5.5, and it comes on the heels of a 5.6 last Wednesday, felt by many in southern Oregon. As reported by Good explains, experts say there's no cause for concern, but they're urging people to stay prepared.
A magnitude 5.5 earthquake was reported around 4:30 Monday morning, about 135 miles off the coast of Bandon. The quake was far enough off the coast that no tsunami warning was issued. Experts at the Cascadia Region Earthquake Science Center, or CRESCENT, say despite a handful of earthquakes over the past few weeks, there is no cause for concern.
That's perfectly normal. I mean, there's no increase in earthquake activity from what we would call background rates. Seismicity, as we call it, is always happening, almost always really low magnitude 2s and 3s, things that are imperceptible.
Just after 4:30 Monday morning, a 5.5 magnitude earthquake was reported, about 135 miles off the coast of Bandon. This is the second magnitude 5 earthquake in the region in the past week, but experts say they've been too far off the shore to warrant concern.
The number one variable to think about when you think about earthquakes is distance. If you're close to an earthquake, even small ones, that can be bad. But because it's several hundred miles offshore, we're just too far. It's the same thing as light. If you look at a tiny LED light really up close into your eye, you'll probably burn your retina. But if you look at that LED light from 100 miles away, you'll barely even notice it.
Monday morning's earthquake occurred in the Blanco fracture zone, which is
Globally, there have been approximately 4,890 earthquakes of magnitude 1.5 or greater in the past 30 days. 574 with a magnitude of 4.5 or higher. And Shai told us that there will be earthquakes. Prophecy tells us this in diverse places. Matthew 24:7, and the nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. All right, pestilences. All right.
Okay, hey y'all, listen, we're gonna y'all wanna watch the rest of this video here, I'm gonna send y'all, here go the link right here. There goes his channel right there. Y'all subscribe to the brother channel. Be continue to edify. All right, so let's go and close off. See, I think it was right here. Okay, let's go back, cause I was all over the place. So let's let's get Daniel chapter 7 verse 9. So the vision of, the Lord revealed a secret to his servant, the prophets. So that's what the Lord, he been revealing his secret to, starting with the elder apostles and the bishops and the like-minded men on down myself. And then the Lord said, if you love me, feed my flock. So this is what we doing. Even though we come hard, man, we come with the truth, though. You got a lot of false prophets, man. They be telling you lies and shit. And a lot of our people, they love to have it, so they love to hear that smooth thing. Pursuing Isaiah 30. Let's get that real quick. Isaiah 30. Isaiah 30. I think it's 9 and 10. It said, I'm gonna start at 9. It said, Isaiah chapter 30, verse 9 said that this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of Yahweh. Verse 10. It said, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. So these people like to hear that. They like to hear the smooth thing. Verse 11, it said, get you out of the way and turn aside out of the path and cause the Holy One of Israel to cease before us. Wherefore, thus saith Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh, it's Salapia. Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, this truth, this Bible, in trust and oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon. So the Lord is saying here, they tell the seers, stop seeing visions. They tell the prophets, don't tell us what is right. Tell us nice things. Tell us lies. Forget all the gloom. Get off your narrow path, and stop telling us about your Holy One of Israel. It says, verse 12, this is the reply of the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise what I tell you, and trust instead in oppression and lies. Verse 13, it said, calamity will come upon you suddenly, like a bulging wall that bursts and falls. In an instant, it will collapse and come crashing down. So this is what's happening here in America, man. Everything's crashing down because these people been lied to, and they continue to be lied to and tell lies to our people, man. And our people love to have it so. And they even tell lies to the heathen nation. And they love to have it so. Let me see what I was trying to. Oh yeah, we're going back to Daniel 7 and 9. So it said, I beheld till the throne were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like pure wool. His throne was like a fiery flame, and his wheel as the burning fire. What does this mean? So this vision revealed the supreme authority of the Ancient of Days. It presents divine judgment seated in eternal power and righteousness. The imagery shows heavenly courts established above earthly kingdoms and rulers. It reflects absolute dominion over nations, kings, and historical empire. The throne scene introduces final judgment. Say what? Final judgment over all worldly systems. See? Once again, Daniel chapter 7 verse 9, I beheld till the throne were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wood. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheel as the burning fire. So the vision emphasized purity, holiness, and internal authority of judgment. White garment symbolizes righteousness and absolute moral perfection before creation. Fiery throne imagery represents consuming judgment and unstoppable divine presence. The wheel of fire suggests mobility and omnipresence across all creation realm. So this revealed the Most High governing all cosmic and earthly system. Sirach chapter 18 verses 1, it said, he that liveth forever created all things in general. So this precept confirmed eternal existence of the Creator before all things. It establishes that all creation originates from divine will and authority. The Most High is not bound by time, space, or limitation. It aligns with Daniel's vision and eternal rulership and judgment and the throne. Everything in existence depends entirely upon the Creator's sustaining power. Let's get one more. We're going to close here in Daniel chapter 2. We're going to get this, Daniel chapter 2, verses 34 and 35. And Sirach chapter 10, verses 4. So the vision revealed the collapse of earthly kingdoms, and this is what we're seeing right now, especially America. It said under divine intervention, it shows human empire ultimately breaking before the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. The stone represents a kingdom not built by a human political system. It demonstrates sudden judgment, striking the structures of worldly authority. The imagery confirmed total replacement of man-made rule by divine kingdom. Daniel chapter 2, verses 34 and 35, it said, thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay, and break them in pieces. Talking about this statue. It says, I'm falling asleep again. It said then was the iron and clay and brass and silver and gold broken to pieces together and became like a chaff of the summer threshing floor, and the wind carried them away. No place was found for them, and the stone that smote that smoke, the image became a great mountain and filled with the whole earth. So this stone cut without hands represents a supernatural origin and authority. It shows divine kingdoms not produced by human governance or effort. The blasting of metals symbolizes the fall of all empires together. The chaff imagery represents a complete removal of earthly political systems and legacy. The expanding them. It said the expanding mountain represent government, showed everlasting dominion filling the entire earth. Okay, it says here, Sirach chapter 10, verses 4. It said the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and is and it said, and in due time he will set up over it one that is profitable. And that's what's going on now. So this precept confirmed the rulership ultimately belonged to the Most High. It shows earthly authority is appointed and removed according to a divine timing. No kingdom rises or falls outside the Creator, sovereign permission. It aligns directly It said, no kingdom rises or falls outside the Creator's sovereign permission. It aligns directly with Daniel's vision on collapsing empires under judgment. And this is what we're seeing. The Most High establishes leadership that fulfills his righteous purpose on earth. Daniel chapter 2, verses 44 and 45. So these passages here declare the establishment of an everlasting divine kingdom on earth. It said it contrasts internal rulership with temporary and fragile human political systems. The Most High will directly intervene in the kingdom of men. It said earthly governments will be replaced without human negotiation or resistance. So this vision confirmed the final dominance of the Most High's kingdoms. Most High kingdom. Daniel chapter 2, verses 44 and 45, it said, and in the days of these kings shall Yahweh Hashem Yahushua of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to one another people, but it shall break, say what? But it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. So the Lord is setting his kingdom up, man, and setting his Hamashiach up. So that New World Order, this right here shows that the New World Order is not going to succeed. All right, it says here, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. So for as much as thou sawest that stone was cut out of the mountain without hand, and that it break in pieces the iron and brass and clay and silver and the gold. It said the great God have made known to that king what shall come to pass hereafter, and and the king, Salaki, and the throne. It said, and Salaki, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure. So this verse confirmed the unshakable kingdom established by divine authority. It emphasizes total destruction. All right. It said total destruction of all prior world governing systems. The earthly powers will inherit it said will inherit or reclaim that final rulership. The interpretation is declared certain and divinely guaranteed without error. It said this sealed prophecy as a fixed truth regarding future global outcomes. So let's get this last one. This is addressing Esau, Edom. 2nd Ezra chapter 12 verses 34. It said, and he shall deliver them to such as he had chosen, as the cloud, say what? As the cloud have brought them unto the wilderness. So this precept here shows divine selection of those appointed for inheritance. It confirmed the Most High distributes authority according to his choice. Guidance and deliverance come through a divine appointment and not human systems. It reflects a separation of the chosen from collapsing earthly structures. The Most High directs destiny toward fulfillment of his kingdom plan. All right. So I hope y'all edified. This is enough, right? I'm gonna go and shut it down. And I apologize if I was all over the place, but we recovered strong because I was falling asleep, and then I lost control of the narrative, but I try to keep it within people can understand. So let's get a prayer in. It says, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, call Allah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. All heavenly praise and honor and glory go to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. And second, I'd like to give double shouts and double honor to all the elder apostles and bishops of GMS who rule well. And salutation to the hopefully elect. Third, I'd like to say shalom, shalom, shalom to all like-minded men on down myself that pushing his word in truth and sincerity. I say shalom to you all as well. And salutation to the hopefully elect. Shalom. Oh yeah, and fourth, I like to say shalom, shalom, shalom to all like-minded sisters on down. I say shalom to you all as well. Shalom, shalom, shalom. I'm out. Man, I'm tired.